Hello, everybody. So I just wanted to come on here. It might not be real quick because I do say real quick a lot, but then I wind up being on here a little bit longer than real quick. So first, just wanted to say, hey, everybody. I do appreciate you guys for joining in, for watching my lives, for just being a support system to me. Now, I know that I personally have been a little distant. So a lot of guys know I went to LA over the weekend to help celebrate my son's birthday. It's his first birthday and the last three birthdays that I was able to actually to spend quality mother son time with him because of my illness and my surgeries and all of that I've had over the last few years. So we were able to go to LA. We really had a really good time. My brother, him and his girl, they were excellent hosts. And their house was amazing. I felt like we stayed at a resort. Their house seemed like an Airbnb to me. But I did lose my uncle over this weekend on Saturday. So it kind of was you know, it was a good trip, but then my uncle was like one of my favorite uncles ever. He had cancer. He had brain tumors, some other things that spread throughout his body, and they gave him 9 months um, to live, but he actually didn't make it. Nearly as long as the time frame that they gave to him. So so that's why I've been just a little down in distance. So if you guys see that I'm not haven't been me, it's just I'm just taking time to process certain things because since I've been sick, deaths have been coming a lot. Like I went to a funeral yesterday for a childhood friend that grew up with me in Dolton, actually, and it was just like a reminder that life is short. No matter what you're doing, you have to make sure that you are doing something productive within your life. That way, when you do leave, you do have some type of legacy to leave behind to the people that have been watching you. Good morning. Grow and just to get into the know. So do want to say rest in peace to my uncle Donnie. I love you. You were my favorite uncle. Have so many memories, so many times together. So just want to say I love you. Rest in heaven to little Andre. Anybody that grew up in Dolton, like around, what is that? We went to grammar school, what, like in 88, 89, something like that. I don't forget. I'm old, y'all. But we all went to District 148. It's really funny. Because as you guys see, District 148 has a lot going on right now. And I can say wholeheartedly that my son has definitely been affected by District 148. Um, he definitely have had a lot of different issues within District 148. I definitely have struggled with some of the people that were on the board that have worked for the school district. Um, I had a lot of run-ins with District 148, and I'm just super excited and super glad that the residents actually took time yesterday to go to the meeting at District 148. Now, I missed the meeting because I went to the Park District meeting, but I did see some footage from Miss Thelma's Price page, and I'm just super excited that the residents have been speaking out about the superintendent. I just want you guys to know that I sent several FOIA requests when it comes to the actual, and I don't know why I got this on my screen. This is not what I'm trying to show y'all. I'm sorry. I actually sent several FOIA requests to the school district when it comes to just what they're doing, how they're doing it, and who's getting paid, right? Because we, the parents, we need to know what's going on inside of our school district. So I actually sent this FOIA request March the 11th to the school district. And I just want you guys to know that I've been having a lot of back and forth with, I think her name is Miss Lily Chapman and Mr. Kevin Nolery. So basically what they're saying is that they don't want to really give me any answers to the FOIA that I'm requesting. They're saying that it's extension and unduly burdensome, basically. And so they want me to cut down the things that I'm asking them for when it comes to, and I did ask them for 4 years to go back for certain things, because my son has been in that district for the last at least 4 years. So I just want to see from a parent's viewpoint exactly what's going on in our school district and what has happened, because the reason for me taking my son out of that school district is because of the bullying that he was receiving due to the kids targeting him because of my health issues. A lot of people don't know exactly what my son went through when he was in District 148, but it wasn't a good time for him, especially when he was going through my own health challenges. So you can imagine as a kid being 9, 10 years old and your mom's completely losing it. And then you're in a school that's supposed to be around to basically help provide, some type of safety and, still educational environment. And he was not privy to that. And he dealt with a lot of bullying, and my son had a lot of fights inside of that school due to them not really taking, I feel like taking things seriously when it came to his education, taking things seriously when it came to his testing. I saw a lot of parents that said something about the test scores, and they're 100% right with that, because the school told me out of their mouth that my son is in the correct classroom academically due to the way that all of the other kids tested. So if that makes sense to anybody, they're saying that because most of the kids, so say my son is in 5th grade, and most of the kids might test at a 2nd grade reading level. So because you have a classroom full of 5th graders that are testing all at a 2nd grade reading level, that is okay for the school because everybody is testing out the same. So what they're saying is the way that the children are learning is on the same standards because they're all failing. Coming from somebody that my father is an educator. My father has been an educator for years. My daughter was an honor roll student in school. My son, he has challenges. That's why we work really hard to get his education where it's at right now. And it was just really difficult dealing with District 148 and my son and his education because, in my opinion, and I'll just say this because my brother went to District 148 as well, I feel like they just pass kids along because they have this no child left behind rule. And when they do that, they are not helping the children. They are hindering and hurting the children because the children are not getting the education that they need. Now, with me having to move him back into this district, I did it. I was not happy because the school that he was at, he was excelling in, and he was actually doing great. And I did recently have to transfer him back into District 148. And I'll be honest and say that I'm not super happy just yet as a parent. Like I said, I requested documentation from the school, just waiting to see what they can actually provide or bring to me. And then I'm going to share everything that they send when they send a FOIA request with you guys. That way we can all go over the work and see what they provide. And then the next meeting, I promise you guys, I will be there. I had to go to the Park District meeting because, like I said, I had something that I had already pre-planned before I even left to go out of town. So when they sent me the meeting for yesterday, I was like, I can't make it because I already have to go to the Park District meeting. But the next meeting, I definitely am going to make sure that I attend, because now I am a parent that have a kid my son has been going to District 148 since he was in kindergarten. So I just want you guys to know that I'm not new to District 148. I just never been vocal about them before until now. And I see what they're doing when it comes to the superintendent. And it's just Dolton in general with the corruption. It's ridiculous how much corruption is in our little bitty town. How can a person is supposed to be first off, that position should have a ceiling. Every job at some point should have a ceiling where, hey, you've maxed your potential on what you can earn. And now you either stay in this role because you love to do it and this is what you want to do for the children, or you have to go and do something else because you've out what you can do in the capacity in this position. As a superintendent for a school, I feel like we should have people in place that love the children, that want to do things with the children, want to be with the children, want to be around the children. So my goal as a parent of someone that has somebody in that school district is to make sure that I stay on top of this. For anybody else that have kids in school district 148, I want you guys to reach out to me, because I want us to try and start some kind of parent committee type of thing, because my son has one more year in District 148, and I want to make sure that we can make sure that our kids all continue to succeed. That's the whole thing behind the school district, is for the children to pass and go on to become greatness. And with them not even being at their reading levels, that's a problem to me. With them not being at where they should be with math compared to other school districts, that's a problem with me. For me taking mine out for the amount of time I did to bring him back, and for him to test in the same way, it shows me that, number one, something's wrong with their testing system. Number two, they need to come up with maybe a new plan, a new idea, maybe go to another school, look at what they're doing with their curriculum to see what they can do to make things better for our children, because all children matters. Just my opinion, but I feel like no matter what school district we are in, we should be able to get our kids the same education that everyone else gets. Like my brother, where he lives at in West Hills, he said his school district is like number one. So like people come out there just to put their kids in school. It shouldn't be like that. We should be able to have our kids go to whatever schools that locally we're paying our taxes for, and we're paying a lot of taxes for, and our kids should be able to learn. So I'm done with that. I'm sorry. Get off my soapbox. But Jimmy, yes, if you have a kid that's in District 148, please, you guys let me know, because I am definitely trying to formulate something with the residents and the parents, because we all need to hold these people accountable. Because again, this person is making more than Henry, and I don't feel like our kids is getting the education that we're going to pay him for. I don't think that pay raise that he's trying to get is he doesn't deserve it. I actually have some interviews coming up with some people that used to be on the school board. I know that they had Dr. Whitaker that was there. She was the assistant superintendent. They let her go. It was some type of political retaliation thing with her. So we need to do some research on School District 148 to see why are they getting paid so much, and are our kids really getting the value of the education that they're supposed to get due to the overpayments of the educators, but are they really producing? That's what it boils down to. If they're not producing, why are we giving them raises? Because I know in my HR role, when you are not producing, it's time for you to be on a performance improvement plan, not a track to raises. So I could be wrong. I don't know everything that's going on. So I am sorry, y'all. I'm getting back in the loop of things. Y'all give me a couple days to get this situated because, like I said, I did reach out to them to send out FOIAs for School District 148 because I'm very, very interested to see just how they've been spending, just how they plan on doing Dr. Whitaker's position. Because if I'm to be correct, she is a admin or someone that's in her place that's not qualified for her position. Now, don't know the complete details behind that. So that's another thing I asked in my FOIA, just to see what happened with Dr. Whitaker's role. Why did they let her go? Who is taking her position? Has her position been filled? Are they going to fill that position? These are questions that we need to ask because we're giving out raises to someone else, but have they even took the time to fill that other position that is needed to actually be filled as well? Because in order to make a system work, you have to have everybody in place to be able to do their part. So if you're missing an assistant director, and an assistant director is a big position, then how are you guys navigating through this person's role, and how are you getting this work done? Who's doing that work? So these are some things we need to find out. And that's what I plan on to do, because this stuff is getting crazy. Now, I'm gonna stop talking about the school district for a second. I want to show you guys this. So someone, Sherry, sent this to me, and I want you guys to watch this.
I want to say we couldn't have made it without the residents and people from all over the world that showed their love and support.
87%? Yeah! It's time to take this community back. None of this is about money. This is about doing the right thing for the time that we live in.
Tonight, we celebrate a victory, guys. We realize that teamwork make the dream work. We realize that if you want to go far, you go with a team. If you want to go fast, you go alone. But it only made us come together. It only made us stand together. It only made us show that we can work together. This right here is a win for everybody, not just us. It's not elected officials fighting, it's all of us fighting. And you came out and you showed out and you showed up and you showed out. And I thank each and every one of you guys, because we would not be here if it were not for you.
So 87% later, we're gonna call this a new day.
Greetings, Dolton residents. We want to thank everybody for coming out on February 25th and voting for the Clean House team to be your Democratic candidates for the Village of Dolton. Most important, I'm proud to report that we had one of our highest voter turnouts in decades, proving the residents' voice does matter. But we still have more work to do. On April 1st, we have a consolidated general election, and I'm asking that you vote for myself, Jason House for mayor, Allison Key for clerk, Brittany Norwood trustee, Kiana Belcher trustee, and Edward Steve as your Dolton trustees to represent this proud village. We look forward to you coming out and supporting us again on April 1st. and having another historic victory for our village. Early voting starts March 17th, runs through March 31st, with Election Day being April 1st. Look forward to seeing you at the polls. Clean House 2025.
All right, so I just wanted to just show that video real quick. Like I said, this live is not going to be long. Hey, everybody, thank y'all for joining. I just wanted to.
Hello, everyone.
I'm sorry. Let me turn that off. Let me stop for a second. Okay. So, this is not going to be a very long live. Like I said, I was just coming on here. I do have a live coming tonight, and that live will be with someone who is putting on a amateur boxing match at Dolton Park District. It's going to be in April. So I will go live again tonight at 7 p.m. She's going to join my show. And I really want you guys to come back at about 7 if you can, and have a conversation with us. And it's just, just about things that's going on in Dolton. We have to try and keep our morale up throughout this election cycle. We have a lot of work to do once we get Clean House 2025 into Dolton. Once we even get the township back up and running, we have to make sure that we still continue to be vocal. We still continue to, help our community, even if you're not part of Dolton community, just with Thornton Township overall, even if you're part of Thornton Township, even if you're adopted Dolton resident, we still want to make sure that you guys know and hear what's going on. And then actually, I want to know what's going on in you guys' town as well, because it is important that we all help each other, that we all help hold all elected officials accountable, not just the ones in Dolton, because we have crooks everywhere. So we need to make sure that all of the ones that are supposed to be in office, that are supposed to be for the people, that are not doing what they're supposed to do for the people, we need to make sure that we are doing what we're supposed to do. Last thing, I just want to say this. I don't know what's going on with this township race, right? I'm trying to figure out certain things, because we know that Chris Clark, we know that he ended his candidacy, and I don't know if he yielded it to Nate, or if he just don't want to do it because he's trying to maybe not be investigated. Maybe he doesn't want the attention that Tiffany's been getting, because as you guys see, the attention that Tiffany has been getting is the attention that Tiffany has needed in order for us to see exactly how the FBI is going to handle this case. In my opinion, she deserves time served. I mean, not time served, but she deserves time away in jail, right? That's my opinion. But I don't know. Legal has gone so many different ways, so many different times. Honestly, I don't know how this case is going to go, but we have to continuously hold people responsible. So with Christopher Clark, he probably don't want to be in the media's eye because he doesn't want an investigation into him, into his law office, into anything that he's been doing. Even with him trying to say that somebody else doesn't live in Harvey, when we know that Clark doesn't live in Harvey. It's just weird to me that that people would put themselves on someone else's campaign flyer material and you're not actually campaigning with them. I don't understand that part of the conversation, but I just hope and pray that if that is the case, I don't know if Nate is working with them or what the conversation is. I just hope that it's all transparent when it comes down to if he does win that seat, because we need to make sure that the people that we are putting into office are people that's going to get the township back on track and not continue the corruption. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know how this election is going to go. I don't know who's going to win, who's not going to win, but it's becoming challenging and difficult to watch because you have so many people that you know, right? Like I know pretty much everybody that's involved. And, I'm cool with Nate. I'm cool with NAPO. And I want the best for both of them. But when you are making deals with the devil, sometimes people have to side-eye that and ask questions about it because this is a very important election to me. I don't know about to y'all, but to me, this is like very important. I've never dealt with anything of this capacity or magnitude in my life. So for this election process, I want to make sure that we, the people, are voting out option. These next 4 years, we need to make sure that we show improvement and we turn things around. And you can't do that recycling the same things, right? You cannot do that. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you guys are going to vote for Chris Gonzalez. In my opinion, this is just me being humble. But, I think that Chris made a mistake. He understood his mistake and he's changed his mistake. That's me speaking. I can't speak for Chris. I can't say that that's his thoughts, what he's thinking, but I do think that he understands his role and what he messed up, and he understands his role and what he has to do to help the residents. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, you guys is approving everybody. No, I really think that Chris knows. And I think that with the residents, not the residents, but the other trustees that are on that slate as well, I think that they will definitely keep him in check. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm only one vote, right? I'm only one vote. So, but I would vote Chris Gonzalez over anybody that's on Christopher Clark's slate. None of them would ever get my vote. We all they corrupt and we all know who they work for and work with. So they would never get my vote. I would never vote for the Republican slate because those fools, and I call them fools because he called Clean House 2025 Sweet House 2025. And for me, his references with the LGBTQ community is concerning. Like, why would you call Clean House 2025 Sweet House 2025? And the things that he said about Ryan, and I just don't understand. Like, if somebody says something, like, y'all know things that have been said about me, I'm not going to go back and want to interview that person that said those very nasty, rude, negative things about me because I just feel like there's no point. And I just feel like at this point in life, I'm trying to move with a different stride. So why would I go back and interview the people that I know are saying very wicked things about me? That's just not what I do. I'm not going to give you a platform when I already know that you pretty much dumped on me. So I don't get Ryan's thing when he's interviewing the Republicans and giving them, something to speak out and talk about. I don't know if it's for the views or if but everybody does their YouTube different. So I guess you can give them a platform, but I don't know. I don't think I would be that forgiving. Somebody said something and post it and like put my name in it. I don't think that I would be that forgiving, but it's neither here nor there. And one last thing, you know what? And like I say, with me having talks with Chris Gonzalez, I agree. He started off shady. I'm not going to lie and say that he didn't do anything that he wasn't supposed to do. But what I'm saying is I know that at some point he turned around and he was for the people. So he saved the township and helped save the township. Him, and Carmen millions of dollars. So I understand what everybody's saying about his shady contract. I don't even know what the whole story is. Maybe if I see Chris, I'll get to talk to him and maybe bring him on camera before the election cycle is over so everybody can know what exactly happened and what's going on with him, because that's very important for the people to know. And I feel like if you're on a ticket and this is what you want the confidence of the residents, then you have to speak out and tell people exactly what's going on. So that it could be true, it could not be true. What I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and have a conversation with Chris. That's what I'm gonna do before this election is over. I'm gonna try and have a conversation with him to see if he will talk to you guys and tell you guys what's going on his side. He has a campaign manager, so I have to go through his campaign managers. As y'all know, with YouTube and all that, they don't like to do a lot of YouTube videos because they feel like people take it and splice it up and change things around. So I have to ask, but I'm going to do that, and then that way we can see, because I feel like if he is guilty or he have anything, then he should be part of the federal investigation, because I don't see why they would not include him if his name is not on any dirty dealings. Just my opinion. But again, I don't know how this Fed case is going, because it's not going like I think it should. So I'm not a law expert, so don't quote me, but I promise you guys, I am going to try and get a conversation, even if it's a 5-minute chit chat. I just want to have a conversation with him and see what is his platform, what is he standing on, what is he saying that he can do, what he's saying that he will do. We will see. We will see. Then we have, the other candidates on the team. I just want to make sure that we're doing something different, something powerful, something impactful, where we can make changes. No matter what, and this is just me saying this, but no matter what, I feel like this election is going to be followed for the next 4 years, the township as well as the village of Dolton. And I feel like we will get to see either how leadership is supposed to be, or we'll get to see exactly how corrupt Illinois is if we get people in there that continuously do the same things that Henry has done. It's only two ways about it. Either things are going to go right, things are going to go wrong. So we have to all come together and see what slate do we want into the office. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, Christopher Clark, they don't trust him. But then if we don't trust Christopher Clark, who do we vote in his place? Do we vote one of Clark's candidates in his place? Because remember, we have to select 4 trustees. I think it's 4. Because we have, we have 4 trustees. I'm looking at the ticket. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cheating. But if y'all see this, I'm looking at the ticket. So it's 4 trustees. I don't know if you can see my iPad. So we have Byron Stanley, we have Christopher Gonzalez, we have Mary Avant, and we have Miss Valerie Stubbs. So if we don't vote for Christopher Clark, for Chris Gonzalez, who do we put in his place to win? Will it be one of the Reform Republicans? Or will it be one of Christopher Clark's yes men? That's the question. So I know a lot of people are like, well, don't vote Chris, but then realistically, who do we choose? Like, if we take Chris out and we vote Byron, we vote Miss Mary Avant, and we vote Miss Valerie Stubbs, who do we put into Chris Clark's position to be a trustee? Because it will have to be one of the Reform Republican candidates or one of Christopher Clark's slate, which is his yes men, which we don't want those Harvey people in there. Not right now. And no shades of Harvey. I have a Harvey resident that's coming on my platform soon, but we don't want anyone that is a yes man for Christopher Clark in that position, right? My opinion. So I believe that we need to come up with some type of plan to make sure that we are voting the right person in. That's all I'm saying. And if it's not Christopher Clark, who would it be? I mean, not Christopher Clark, but Chris Gonzalez. Why do I keep saying Clark? If it's not Christopher Gonzalez, who would it be? If we're not voting in Chris, we're voting in Miss Mary, we're voting in Miss Valerie Stubbs, we're voting in Mr. Byron Lee, who would be the fourth trustee for Thornton Township? Mind you guys, Christopher Gonzalez has the experience being a trustee for Thornton Township. I think that he's been humbled. But again, if you guys don't think it should be Christopher Gonzalez, who should it be? We have to April the 1st to figure this out, and it's already March 19th. Yeah, today is 19th. So we really need to come up with a plan. And then I know a lot of people are on the fence about the supervisor, but I'm be honest. I feel like, and I know a lot of people gonna get mad at me, and I'm sorry, but I'm just about to say it. I feel like we have to have somebody in there that understands everything that goes into being a township supervisor. If you have not dealt with a budget for a large corporation and that's not on your resume, you should not be in the running for a supervisor, because that is going to be over your head, right? If you have not dealt with grants and stuff like that and understand the budget line items for grants, understand simple accounting. You can't always just say, well, I'm going to hire this person. This person's going to be my accountant and they're going to do the work and I don't have to understand that accountant's role. You kind of do. For a CEO or a supervisor, you are supposed to still understand certain duties that entails into everyone's role, because everything is under your name. So you can't just say, oh, well, I let Robert Hunt do everything. And Robert Hunt is the one that that did all the accounting. So if the numbers are wrong, it's on Robert. No, and no. It's on Robert, but it's also on the supervisor. A lot of people don't understand that in HR, when you are doing hiring practices and you're hiring people in leadership roles and top level leadership roles, those interviews are very intensive. So for anybody that has ever had a CEO role, a president of a university role, anything that requires leadership, engineering, those positions take a lot of in-depth interviewing, a lot of questioning, you have to give examples of what you've done to help further this role that you are trying to apply for. And everybody can't really answer those questions. That's why I do HR. I'm gonna shut up in a minute. But we had a STAR approach for our interviews. So it's situation, task, achievement, and God, I'm saying this wrong, but basically how you resolved it. So your situation on what you did, like for that company in that budget, right? You had a $3 million budget and you ran it. How did you run it? What was the issues that you came about in that budget? Was it approved? Was it not approved? Did everything get paid out? Was everything that was budgeted, allocated, something that we could actually afford? it's a lot of things that encompasses that role. And you, as the supervisor, you should be able to look at that Excel spreadsheet and understand everything that's going into it, even if you did not prepare it. That's just my thought. But I could be wrong. But, my brain is coming back. My swelling is going down. So, my brain is working a little bit more now. But I think that we have to collectively, as a community, still continue to work together. We still have to continue to go to these meetings. We cannot let up on anybody. Once they get voted into this office, we can't say, oh, our friends got in, so that's it. No, I'm gonna hold Jason accountable just like everybody else should hold Jason accountable. Just because I've known Jason since I was young, don't mean that Jason can get in there and mess up and me not be on his about, hey bro, what you doing? Like, no, that's not how it's gonna go. Just like if Napoleon gets in there and becomes supervisor, he bring. I'm looking at things, and I'm telling y'all now. I've been at some of the things that he brings versus some of the things that Nate's doing, and I love Nate. Nate, don't get mad at me, but I feel like Napo has more experience now. Is this position full-time or part-time? That's one thing we have not discussed, is how this role is going to roll out, right? What do they really expect of the supervisor? Because we all know how Henry was in that role. So what do we expect of the supervisor going forward in that position? And what can they bring to the people to make sure that that they're doing a good job in that position? So it's a lot, y'all. It's a whole lot. And I really can sit on here and talk all day, but everybody has to vet, right? Everybody has to vet, even with the school board. Now, my thing is, I'm going to get a list of the names of the people that's running for the school board. Somebody called me yesterday and asked me, Miss Bree, asked me who's running for District 140, who's running for District 149. I don't have the full list of everybody that's running for 148. I did go and vote Monday, so I always vote on the first day, March 17th. So I did my due diligence. I did go out and vote. But I'm going to get the list of who for 148 that we could or should support. My thing is, until I get those financials, I know a lot of people are new to running for this school district 148, but some other people have already been on the school board, like Ernesto Mickens. I know that I know him personally. I've met him at many meetings. I do know that his kids went to school district 148 with me and my sister. My family name is Mickens too. So everybody used to think that his kids and us were family, but we was not family. But he had all of his children were smart, brilliant, honor roll kids, and he worked for the school board for years. He's running again this time, and I believe wholeheartedly that he is in it to help and not to hurt. So we have to find people in these positions that want to help community and not help their pockets. That's the thing. We have a lot of people. We're gonna have to start doing cross references again. We have a lot of people that have multiple in the community that's not trying to help. Now, if you're trying to help, that's great. But if you're not trying to do anything and you're just trying to get paid and stay under the radar, then we can't have that. If anybody send me any messages on Facebook, I am so sorry. I have not been on my messenger, but I get a lot of weird messages. I'm gonna be very honest. And then y'all know I got a lot of people that say crazy things to me at times. But I will check my messages on Facebook. And I'll let you guys know. When it comes to the Park District, transition. Park District has so much stuff going on, you guys. I want you guys to stay involved with Dolton Park District. That was my first time going to one of their meetings, and their meetings are actually very involved, right? They're very involved. They're very detailed. They give you their budgets, the staff salaries. They give you the things that's coming in the community. They have a business lunch that's coming in April. I really want to go and try and film that. So I'm going to reach out to them today. They just have a lot of stuff that's going on. They have a father's daughter's dance. Now, people, if they have a daddy's daughter dance and there's no age limit, I am making my daddy go. You heard it here first. So I just want y'all, and that'll be like in June. I just want y'all to know though. So as long as my dad is in town, I'm going to make sure that he comes with me. I do have something that I'm trying to do with the Park District as well. When it comes to illnesses, when it comes to health, you guys have been hearing me talk about this for a while, and they are okay with partnering with me. I have to send them over a proposal and just, talk about what I think that this day should entail. If y'all seen Sadiq Muhammad, fitness trainer, he was at the meeting as well. So he said that he would help along with, I have residents that you guys know very well that are going through things. So we have Edward Steve, he has multiple sclerosis. We have Dr. Nikita, she deals with her, God, what am I'm having a brain fart. Oh, she deals with her lupus. I'm sorry, y'all. Daily, we have Miss Thelma Price. She's a survivor of breast cancer. We have a lot of residents. We have Carmen Carlisle. She had a stroke while working for Hinyard. Dr. Nikita had a heart attack while working for Hinyard. So it's just stories that, that people can come out and tell about the things that they've had to deal with while still working in toxic environments alone, that would make you guys just like really have more sympathy for some of the things that they go through and some of the things that they do. Because if you've never worked in I've never worked in an environment like that, I would quit. I'm sorry, but it was, I would quit. But we have a lot of people that have a lot of things that's going on. So I just want you guys to stay focused with me. Give me time to, I'm getting my mind together. I just got back in town. I still got to unpack. I got an interview today. But after that, I know Friday I have someone that's coming on my platform. We're going to talk about tariffs. And she works for Toyota. So she's car industry. She works out in California. So we're going to talk about tariffs and how it is going to affect us tremendously. So not going to hold you guys. I love you guys. I thank y'all for listening. I will be live later today, and I hope you guys to listen, but please go out there, vote. I will come back and give you the full slate on who's running for District 148. And like I said, any parents that are part of District 148, if you guys want to, but I'll put my email address in the chat. And if you are a parent in District 148, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm sending you guys out, emailing you guys the FOIAs that they send me, because I think that we all need to band together and we all need to stick together, and we need to stay on top of this district, stay on top of this superintendent, stay on top of what he done to actually make him feel like he deserves that raise. Because why are we paying a school district superintendent more than we pay the president of the United States? That is a very, very interesting outlook at that, because what is he doing? He makes more than people that's on the Chicago school board. So what is he doing with our kids? And our kids are still failing. So I'm going to let y'all go. But I will talk to y'all later. And I love you guys and have a great day. Thanks for listening. Bye.